ECHO, the Observer's Conscious Choice, presents Interviewing Jaime Larrain, Enneagram and Mass Media. How did you come up with the idea of linking Enneagrams with the world of mass communications? Well, as you know, I've been studying Enneagrams for a very long time. I've published several articles and I've made some innovations in terms of Enneagrams. And this is seen in the practice of observing reality. When you realize that there are certain signs, certain commercials, certain shows, certain information in the media, this deals with the typologies of personalities about people choosing something or choosing a product, which was not very clear up to now. From that initial question as to why people are sensitive to certain things, I started to question myself, and then I created a hypothesis, and then the methodology followed the research. And on the other hand, there's also the traditional issues about classifying consumers around the world according to socioeconomic levels, or the classifications that deal with generations, like baby boomers, etc., or urban tribes. These are classifications that help, yet they don't allow for the creation of messages that are focused for the typology of the Enneagrams. So there's the need to ask ourselves, are these categorizations of products, and do they have an enneatype or a typology, a personality typology? Do products have these? And there's also the issue of which attributes are sensitive to consumers. So Jaime, can you tell me, what do you think would be the main benefit that a company that is in the area of mass communication, how would this company see a benefit in this new tool? Well, you have to consider that an advertising campaign nowadays, whether it be for a show like Cirque du Soleil or for a product like Coca-Cola, whatever the product is, has its biggest success to have an answering rate of a maximum of 10%. That is, out of 100 people that I inform about my product, only 10, if I'm being successful, will buy it, and sometimes it's less. And this means that there is a great percentage of people that are left out, and they're not responding because the message is designed for a certain socioeconomic level, and then to determine enneatype. For example, Coca-Cola says, uncork happiness. And this is a message that is aimed for enneatype 9. But there are other enneatypes, like for example the fifth one, which can also drink Coca-Cola and actually buys it. And so this means that the message is working. But what happens is that the fifth enneatype, the motivation to buy Coca-Cola is so that he can have it right beside his computer, stay up late at night and research and surf the net. And because that's what characterizes the fifth enneatype. So Coca-Cola keeps them away so he can research more. But it's not about happiness, about sharing, like the one that characterizes the seventh enneatype, who wants to share a Coca-Cola with friends and maybe mix it with rum and have a party. So when facing this issue, then I started to research on why people choose what they choose. And I realized, and I connected it with an experience that I had when I was doing a consultancy for a non-government organization, World Vision. I placed a stand in a mall so that I could sponsor poor children. And what happened is that I started to relate all of the answers that people gave when they registered. They said, I've always wanted this, and this means that the decision had already been made. The only thing is that that stand actually gave them the opportunity of something that they had already decided to do. So basically people already know and already have decided what they want to consume, whether it be shows, products, services, whatever. And I realize that they are clear about what they want, but they are unconscious about their need from the typology of their personality. And that is how that relates to the Enneagram. The personality and the Enneagram makes me choose something from the unconscious level, because I have an inner command that leads me to have certain preferences. For example, if I am the 6th Enneatype, I'm going to be sensitive towards the words trust. If I am 3, I will be sensitive to success, to results, etc. So I incorporated all of the bondings that there are between the different types of Enneatypes with the way they are linked with the natural attributes that a product may have. What is the big proposal and where's the innovation in this? Is that up to now, in terms of marketing and advertising, they have said, I have this product, and this product has this characteristic, and I think that it will be, and that everybody will like it because it will best. And then I ask the agencies to design some sort of sign or commercial so that this is advertised in a seductive way. But so what we're thinking there is that the one who made the product is the one who's designing the commercial. But I think that before making that message, I think that people already have decided what they want and they have connected with this product. And it depends on their different Enneatypes. So there's a possibility now that to be able to show the product, the consumer will choose this product according to the attributes. Or maybe I ask the agency to design different signs for different typologies. Of course, then you might ask yourself, so will I have to make 9 different commercials, 9 different signs? Will it be more difficult, more complicated, more expensive? Well, no. Because what you have to do is you have to choose the key Enneatype and see how this irradiates to the Enneatypes that are close to him. So obviously, if we're talking about social appearance, there will be an Enneatype which will be more sensitive towards this. And the farthest from this will be the 5th Enneatype, who will not be interested in this because he doesn't want to spend money on this. So instead of wasting money to advertise for that Enneatype, we should do it for another type of Enneatype. Because obviously this Enneatype will think that the product is frivolous. So there's a strategy here to which Enneatype do I want to direct my product is. How do I diversify the messages in terms of creating something which is seductive and choosing the means that I'm going to choose. Instead of making a big expensive campaign, maybe I should choose where to place a billboard, because this will be, I want to create something for that specific Enneatype. Maybe I just need to place 1 or 2 billboards, and the rest of my plan should be created through internet, so that I can use different types of means to reach these different types of Enneatypes. So there is a reduction of costs in terms of budgeting, and this gives me the possibility of achieving and reaching more Enneatypes. So I can touch the real interests of the consumer, not the ones that the product thinks are the real needs. So this means that the company has to really know their customers and get to know them, and then to detect what are the attributes within their products that are sensitive to their consumers, and then design a strategy to what sort of Enneatype they want to aim their product to. Because the markets are very competitive. So instead of choosing one specific Enneatype in a competitive market, I can move it to another market. And I can see where there are other Enneatypes that are being disregarded. I think the applications of the tool are enormous, and I think you can obtain higher results than what you are obtaining nowadays. So therefore, the benefits that Enneagram produces as a tool in terms of mass communication would have benefits in different areas, like, for example, market fragmentation, creation of messages, and media plans. Yes, there are three areas that you, like you've said, fragmentation of the market, designing advertising messages, and selecting medias which are tailor-made. That is, we're choosing them so we can aim them towards a certain audience. So maybe what you can say is that maybe there will be more sales. Yes, there will be more sales. But on the other hand, there are not going to be any more sales than you would have had before, because consumers from before the marketing coming into the arena have already decided and have already looked at the attributes of their products. Especially when we're living in such a competitive society, and we can read catalogs, we can compare prices, we can shop online. So there is a consumer who's already decided on what to buy, and who's already made a choice, and he's going to make a choice according to his own type and characteristics, according to his Enneatype. For example, if I have a big family and I need a big car to have, I need a big car to accommodate my family, I'm going to choose a van. By my personality, makes me want to choose a type of van, not a very specific type of van, not any type of van. Maybe I need a van that I can use in a very rocky road in faraway places, or maybe I need a van that will carry me around.